Energy Minister Dan Kasa on his Facebook wall, and Jono, this is what he writes. The Honorable Abdullah Jinapo writes the facts on the mixing ECG containers. I say, let me set the record straight. During the transition period, the ongoing NPP administration disclosed that approximately 3,000 ECG containers were being held at the Tema port due to inability of the ECG to clear them. However, upon assuming office, I visited the Tema harbor and was presented with a different figure of 2,500 containers, which had incurred a demurrage cost of 1.5 million Ghana cedis. Okay, it goes further to say that the discrepancy in these figures prompted me to establish an investigative committee to verify the circumstances surrounding the containers. The committee's report, which was presented to me, confirmed that over 1,300 containers were indeed missing, contrary to the narrative given by the previous administration. As a result, criminal investigations will be launched immediately, and those responsible will undoubtedly be prosecuted. Government remains committed to ensuring that such irregularities do not go unpunished. And that is according to the minister. Many the executive secretary and executive director at the CEMSE in the Nkomo Ben Nsiah. Ben, what do you mean?
Yeah, Minia.
Now, it is saying,
Ready, the Minia, which is now German, come with you, Unia, $20,000 before
I be go for him for $20,000. Maybe go for him.
You buy US buy.
Ben, I heard you say why $20,000 mini be am the amount. Na men got it 1,300 containers Ira. And me who say oh kasa na watch your statement. What's it there be containers na nyiraye na encrophobia na area containers no asan akoton dia ma ECG. E dey na nim fast asem yo.
Many have that say. Na container dey era say. Yeah. Some say position is a containers na nyiraye no say. Okay, GRA terminals okay the whole Tema port enclave na a national security enclave. Okay, bonded warehouses in Okruma, national security installations. Okay, the confiscated warehouses, national security installations. And you know, so you the Nema, a cranium of Yaman on neighbor, and Nema cry a code demurrage. That's a demurrage, you know, a binding in Santoso. Now you the co in of the GRA terminals are into me free hope, a bra, one. Commissioner of Customs anyway. Entering free ho abra jury officials, especially Custom Division of money these terminals no anyway. Entering free ho near abra national security operatives are more port no anyway. Entering free ho near abra ECG container no ayo modiana containers near modiana monyawe. Intino a syndicate of criminals ECG workers eka national security operators.
You are alleging say ECG workers eka syndicate ne ho.
Oh, I think that yes, for now no it's an allegation, but and only court which may prove say liable. But investigation never ban, which is the qualitative aspect of it, you know. Bemaya who say ECG workers eka sapro no we ho. They say GRA workers eka sapro no we ho. Bemaya who say national security operatives ekasa for no way home and Bemaya who say Commissioner of Customs ekasa for no way home and largely maybe the previous government, the seat of government, some persons or more honor and so ekasa for no way home. Yeah, position is in person because containers are container to me and rasa because 40 feet containers, sometimes even 60 feet containers. These huge containers say ebe iradi Canada and I say organized crime via those individuals institutions say about the or more individuals go or makabum say we are containers no and na ya cotton and at the end here your position is containers ni san ton ma ECG ni say minia these containers no were made specifically your manufacture no in the specifications of ECG standardized and of manufacture and these are cables, these are distribution lines and transformers and our bulk supply points. In this area, distribution lines and as transformers there are no private individuals. And now we are using these huge numbers of containers and as distribution lines, apart from Netco, any ECG. Any private individuals be and as a market now because of these huge transformers apart from ECG and Netco. You know, yeah, Canada, yeah, commodities free. The venison, ECG, and GR terminals, no, and and you could see the data carefully, especially with respect to ECG liabilities and some of these goods and services. OSHA Auditor General Report of 2023, ECG goods and services, a balloon year, meaning more than 35% in just 2022 and 2023. Because the cranium money banner is not it becomes part of our stock. It becomes part of our assets, and money increases. And when the assets were also increasing, now your liabilities is also increasing. So in 2021, for example, meaning your liabilities were ECG liabilities was around 23 billion Ghana cedis. But meaning 2024, within 3 years, the liabilities of ECG has jumped to 68 billion Ghana cedis. And it has jumped because assets, and assets we're not paying for these assets. You go with this guy with it and won't a credit. Credit becomes part of your liability. You know, almost said that a import to me a money buy. A buyer no money Commissioner of Customs, or money GRA officials, so custom divisions at the terminals, national security operatives and ECG operatives. And no yes, I can name a year near my SI Toma ECG my bay or my Ghana cam, you know, that and that is why ECG liabilities no a was so. But we know a yeah, possible scenario, and I know that the investigation the Honorable Minister of Energy and Green Transition, so it was so all investigation committee, and as all my investigation immediately, started immediately. Ebema or more institutions here body in we will know them.
Okay. But it looks like you know something that
I think that following the industry and also following the narration of the ministry,
yes,
from time now, clear evidence chronoposo. What kind BBC from the ministry? Ministry, HSA, the minister, the Facebook handle, HSA, in during the transition. You catch and say containers no 3,000.
Yes. When they handing over notes any BBR.
Yes, 3,000. What in any call no? Na containers na 2,500. Minia. Between transition and handing over. And as between transition, the minister and urging the position as the minister. A call site store of the terminals, na 500 a free. And not so Chrono or mobile within the shortest possible time. And this particular 1,357 containers, Chrono started and this Chrono started as far back as 2022.
I see.
But you see, because the term of reference of this particular committee was auditing. And because of that auditing, a more who time containers free because they were doing stock taking of the containers. Into your moka your moon say no. The easy before catching and after the easy company 2,500 no. Yanko stock taking. Yanko stock taking no. Ya san short 2,300 plus. But say ye komu na ye proper investigation. Ube minia. Between
so now between 2022 and 2025, in the last 3 years, the fact remains, Minister said. During the transition and handing over, ye catch say containers 3,000. Now, upon assumption of office, or no one kasaba officer or koye inspection na containers per auditor 2,500. What it means is that between transition period, any figure when basic time or no call failed, echo who containers I mean, there's a shortfall of 500 containers. yenim baby ewo, right?
Yes.
Then the remaining 2,500 containers na minister and Kasa Krasa were mom year audit a kind in no. And the minister is telling us over 1,300 containers as also every 2,500 nim. That is the case, right?
Yes.
So what it means is that we are talking a little about let's say almost 1,200 or so. And as I say, if I'm right.
Yes.
I see.
And akai ohonom no menu amenu umie no that you know when they will say you we and it has been alleged information I pick at CEMSE and say these containers were auctioned. Container na bakubia.
It is alleged said the containers were auctioned to who?
Never. It is alleged that these containers were auctioned to a private individual, and this private individual sold them back to ECG at about $300,000 per container. A black container na ECG import here no. The containers were Nemane Gumuno Okoswa bill of lading no. Nemane Gumuno cost Nibiano was around $1.5 million. But these containers were auctioned to a private individual at $300,000, and they resold these containers back to ECG at $3 million. And these allegations are all out, right? But these allegations...
Ben, also the bill of lading, no, the valuation of the container, no, $1.5 million, right?
Yes.
Then it was auctioned that those containers are no. It is alleged that ECG for Nankasa auction containers need to a private individual.
ECG to me auction yes, GRE.
Okay.
Yes. And auction ma private individual 300,000 per container, and a private individual signed by Tema ECG $3 million per container. This is the allegations out there, but minister no best set up in the committee, investigative committee, and some of these information will come out.
Very well. Mamena was pay. I'm grateful.
Yes,
all right. Bedase Nsiah Nsiah Executive Director Edema CEMSE and Yenino Edin Kobono.